to your mom.
But I like to talk.
We've been talking and reading pamphlets for the last 50 years. It's time we stopped.
My voice seems to irritate you for some reason. Pardon me, Jean. In the last year you've changed so much I hardly know you. You used to be a man firm in your convictions, an example of an enlightened man.
An enlightened man that brought light to no one. An example of enlightenment. You couldn't say anything more biting. I am 47 years old. I tried until last year, as you do, to blind my eyes to the truth and love. If you knew how I lie awake at night, feeling burning in heartsick, thinking how stupidly I'm wasting my life and might have had all of my age now denies me.
Vanya, how tiresome. You speak as if your convictions are at fault, but you yourself are to blame. You've forgotten that a conviction in and of itself is nothing. It's a dead letter. You should have done something. Done something?
Well, we can't all be perpetuum mobile like your hair professor.
What do you mean by that? Vanya, please.
I am silent. Silent and apologetic.
What fine weather today. Not too hot.
Fine weather for hanging yourself.
What do the peasants want, Nana? Oh, the same thing about the piece of waste scrap. Which one are you looking for? Speckles. He's gone off with their chicks. I don't want the crows to get them.
Is the doctor here? Oh, excuse me, sir, I was sent to fetch you.
Where are you from?
The factory.
Thank you. There's nothing for it but to go. This is annoying.
Yes, it's too bad. You must come back from the factory for dinner.
No, it'll be too late by then. Look, here, man, why don't you go get me a glass of vodka, Thank you, yes. One of the characters in some play by Ostrovsky is a man with curly hair and short wit like me. Allow me to bid you farewell. You should come by sometime with Sonia. I'd be very glad to have you. My estate is small, but if you're interested, I can show you a nursery and seedbed whose like you will not find within 1,000 miles of here. My home is surrounded with national forests, and the forester is old and sick, so I superintend almost all the work myself.
I've often heard you're very fond of the woods. And of course a great deal can be done in trying to preserve them, but doesn't that work interfere with your real calling?
God knows what a man's real calling is.
Oh, and do you find it interesting?
Yes, very.
Yes, extremely.
You're still a young man. You can't be more than 36 or 37, and I suspect the woods don't interest you as much as you say they do. I think you find them monotonous.
No! Oh no, the work is thrilling. Dr. Astrov puts out new trees and watches over the old groves every year, and he's already received a diploma and a bronze medal. If you listen to him, you'll understand it once. He says that forests are the ornaments of the earth, and they teach mankind to understand beauty and attune the mind to lofty sentiments. Forests soften a harsh climate, and in countries where the weather is milder, less energy is wasted in the battle against nature, and the people are kind and gentle. The inhabitants there are attractive, agreeable, sensitive, graceful in speech and gesture. Their philosophy is joyous, art and sciences flourish among them. Their treatment of women is full of exquisite...
Bravo! Bravo! All that is very poetic and yet very impractical at the same time. So, my friend, you'll have to let me continue burning firewood in my stove and building my barn of timber.
You can burn peat in your stove and build your barn of stone. Oh, I don't object, of course, to cutting wood out of necessity, but why destroy the forests? The woods of Russia are trembling under the blows of the axe. Millions of trees have already perished. The homes of wild animals are destroyed. The rivers are running dry. And why? Because man is too lazy and stupid to stoop down and pick up his fuel from the ground. Am I not right, madam? Who but a stupid barbarian would burn so much beauty in his stove and destroy that which he cannot create? Man is endowed with reason and the power to create so that he may increase that which has been given him. But until now, he has not created, but destroyed. The forests are disappearing. The game is exterminated. The rivers are running dry. The earth is poorer and uglier every day, and the climate is spoiled. But I read irony in your eyes. You don't take me seriously. And it may well be nonsense. But when I pass forests, that I have kept from the axe, or hear the rustling of young woods laid out with my own hands, I feel as if I've had some small share in improving the weather. And if mankind is happy 1,000 years from now, I will have been responsible for their happiness. When I plant a little birch tree, and I see it budding into green and blowing in the wind, my heart swells with pride. However, I must be off it. Probably is all nonsense anyway.
When will we see you again?
Oh, I can't say.
In a month?
It's difficult to tell.
You have behaved impossibly again. What sense is there in teasing your mother and talking about perpetual roguelike? And today, you started another fight with Alexander.
And if I hate him?
Then you hate him without reason. He is just the same as everyone else and no worse than you are.
You could see your face, the way you move, how empty your life is. Your life is empty.
Oh, the emptiness and the boredom. You all belittle my husband and you pity me. Oh, miserable woman, she is married to an old man. I understand your pity. You know, Astrov said just now that you are mindlessly destroying the forest and soon there will be nothing left. You destroyed human beings in that same way. And soon, faithfulness and innocence and self-sacrifice will all be gone with the woods. Why can't you look calmly at a woman who isn't yours? The doctor's right. You're all possessed with the devil of destruction. You have no mercy on the woods or the birds or on women or each other.
I don't like your philosophy.
The doctor has such a tired, sensitive face. An interesting face. Sonia likes him. She's in love with him, and I can see why. He's been here 3 times since I came, and I'm so shy I haven't had a real conversation with him. He thinks I'm a bad man. You know, I think the reason why you and I are such friends is because we are both lonely and boring. Yes, boring. Don't look at me like that. I don't like it.
But how can I look at you any other way when I love you? You are my life, my youth, my joy. I know the chance of being loved in return. Non-existent, next to nothing. 0. But I ask nothing. Only let me look at your face and listen to your voice.
Then hear you.
Don't drive me away. Let me tell you of my love. It is my greatest happiness.